you know, there's an element of just sitting down with a guitar or at the piano and writing. Ideas don't just spring, you know, all day, every day. You know, there has to be a sort of thing of, I'm going to go and write. And even if it's rubbish, you just get it out and put it down, almost to get your brain working. But then there are those things that just suddenly strike you, and whole lyrics will come just because you're walking along, you know, a certain place.
And do you find if you're working sort of with the music first, will the lyric typically stem from the mood the music is creating?
Yes, up to point. I actually find that the most difficult. It's funny, actually, when I was listening to your Fraser T. Smith episode, which I really enjoyed. I think he's fantastic. And it was funny hearing the other side. It really made me laugh, because I will write with people, and then if I don't finish the lyric, then as he says, that's not going to happen. You know, so for instance, I'll work with someone, and then if the lyric hasn't come quite quickly, the pressure sort of builds up to get the good lyric for the song. I remember White Flag actually was really tricky, because I wrote that with Rick Knowles, just the chorus and the melody. And once you've got the melody, it's almost more difficult to write the lyrics at that point. I actually find it easier the other way around, because you start getting attached to a melody and then fitting the lyrics in is sort of, and it took me a good 6 months to write the verses. Just was sitting every day at the piano, just like, partly because I was almost too in the moment of the song. But I remember my upstairs neighbours saying, and they said later, like, you know, they were lovely, and they were I used to live in this pub, this sort of old pub in Islington, and they said they could hear me every day, like, trying, and then I wonder if they heard the sort of, she's got it, Eureka. Finally. So I find that's actually, I almost now don't love leaving a studio where I haven't come up with the lyric, because I sort of know myself that the longer I leave it, almost the less likely it'll come. So I prefer to go in now armed with lots of bits of paper. And I'm also quite old school. I've just still got all these like weird scraps of paper
that I'm going to ask about that,
flying everywhere, you know. And I try and put them on my computer, but there's something a bit sort of soulless about looking at computers. I like a pen and paper and crossing it out. But it would be probably a more efficient process if I put them on. And then, of course, I lose them.
Right.
There's a lot of sort of wondering where I put that bit of paper with whatever genius lyric I thought I had, now don't have.
Elvis Costello said that he'd rewritten lyrics but then got rid of the old version accidentally because he's on the computer.
Exactly. And unless you're really sort of pedantic and you do the actual crossing out thing, you know, but like no one does that.
Keep saving it every couple of minutes.
I guess, that's what you do, wouldn't you? Keep saving different versions.
Multiple drafts,
that's a good idea, actually. I've just got piles of paper. And I always used to think, like, in a fire, I'm just diving for my lyrics book. You know, that was sort of like the thing. But, you know, and then even when you're traveling, there's the pressure of this book that was like going to get lost at some point.
Yikes.
Anyway, yeah. It's gonna rip your heart.